Hello and welcome back everybody. Today we'll be solving one more problem on one-dimensional problems. Let's see the question. Analyze the following step bar shown in figure. So this is the diagram which is given. The load P is 55 kilonewton and capital E value is 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per millimeter square. Now let's see what is given in the diagram. Uh, there are two cross section which is given. First one area is 110 millimeter square, second area is 220 millimeter square. It is fixed at one end and there is a fixed support but at a certain distance of the from this cross section. So that distance is 1.2 millimeter. So what we will be doing, first thing is we will divide the domain into two elements. Now why two elements? Because we will see that the cross section of this bar is changing at one point, that is at this point. So because of that we will put this as a node. So there will be three nodes in total, 1 2 and 3, two nodes at the end and one nodes at the center at this point. So that's why it will be divided into two cross section or two elements basically. So this is the diagram, simpler diagram of this version. So there will be three nodes, 1 2 and 3, and there will be two elements, 1 and 2. So A1 for the element 1 is 110 millimeter square. HE for the first element will be 1.2 meter. Similarly area for the second element is 220 millimeter square and 2.4 meter is the HE value for that element. Now as we all know, the element matrix equation for any element for a bar is given by E upon HE, matrices 1 minus 1 minus 1 1, U1 raised to E, U2 raised to E is equals to P1 raised to E, P2 raised to E. So this is what is the most important EME equation that we have to remember. This E is called as number of element. For example, if I am talking about element 1, so it will be 1. If I am talking about element 2, it will be 2. Now for element 1, A1, that is area, is 110 millimeter square and HE value, that is the length of that element, is 1.2 meter, that is 1200 millimeter. So first what we will find out is EA upon HE. So E value is 2 into 10 raised to 5, A value is 110, HE is 1200. We'll calculate, we'll get 18.33 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per millimeter. So EME for element 1 is as follows. So EA upon HE will put substitute here and we will write this EME element matrix equation for element 1. So it will be EA upon HE, this value here, this matrices as it is 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. This will be U1 raised to 1 and U2 raised to 1. Instead of E we will write 1 because we are talking about element 1, equal to P1 raised to 1, P2 raised to 1. Now what we'll do, we'll put 18.33 inside this matrices and rest as it is. So 10 raised to 3 bracket 18.33 minus 18.33 minus 18.33, 18.33, this as it is, this as it is. We'll mark this as equation 1, right? For element 2, the area 2 which is given as 220 millimeter square and HE value is given as 2.4 meter. So that is nothing but 2400 millimeter. So we'll find out EA upon HE, that is 2 into 10 raised to 5. 220 is the area and HE is 2400. So we'll calculate, we'll get again 18.33 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per millimeter, right? So we'll put this again in the main equation of EME and find out the element matrix equation for element 2. So it will be 18.33 into 10 raised to 3. This matrices as it is 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. This bracket U1 raised to 2, U2 raised to 2. Instead of E we will write 2 here because we are talking about element 2, right? Equal to, again bracket, P1 raised to 2, P2 raised to 2. We will put this 18.33 inside this matrices and rest of the term as it is. So 10 raised to 3, 18.33 minus 18.33 minus 18.33, 18.33. This bracket as it is, this bracket as it is. So we'll mark equation 2 here. Now we have got element matrix equation for element 1 and element 2. Now we have to find out the global matrix equation by assembling equation 1 and 2, that is from EME from element 1 and element 2. So first you should remember for a global matrix equation, what will be the order of the GME? So the order of the GME depends on the number of node in the given problem or the bar or domain what we have selected. So here there are three nodes, 1 2 3. So that means the order of the your GME will be what? 3 by 3. Second is how to write. This we have already done seen in the earlier videos. Again we will see. We will write this 10 raised to 3 as it is, then this bracket, and what we'll write, since it's a 3 by 3, we'll write 1 2 3 1 2 3, right? What we have to see is that the spaces here, for example this term is nothing but 1 and 1, This term is nothing but first and second, and this term is nothing but 1 and 3. This term is nothing but 2 and 1. This nothing but is 2 and 2. This term is 2 and 3. This term is 3 1. This term is 3 2, and this term is 3 3. So we have to look into equation 1 and equation 2, and we have to see that the same term is there in that spaces, and we have to put it here. For example, 1 1, we have to see in equation 1. So equation 1, you can see this term is nothing but 1 and 1. So this value will put it in 1 1. So 18.33. This term, that is 1 and 2, is nothing but minus 18.33. We'll put it here. Then 1 and 3, this term 1 and 3 is not there in equation 1, not there in equation 2, that's why it is 0. Next term is what? This one, that is 2 and 1. Now 2 and 1 is there in equation 1. See here, 2 and 1. So this term we will put here. Next is what? 2 and 2, this term. So if you notice, this there here 2 and here it is 2. This means 2 and 2 is there in equation 1 as well as it is there in equation 2. 2 and 2. So you can write it here. Similarly, the other terms you can write and you will get this equation, this matrices. Next one is, this one is called as primary variable. This one is called as secondary variable. Now, you can see primary variable here u1, u2, u3. It depends on the number of nodes. Again p1, p2, p3. It depends on the number of nodes. So in this way we have created global matrix equation. Now next thing is what? We have to impose global boundary condition. Now what are the boundary conditions here? First boundary condition will be what? U1 will be 0. Now why U1 will be 0? Displacement at point or node 1 will be 0 because it is a fixed support. So that is what we have written, U1 is equals to 0, fixed support. Next thing is what? At node 2, P2 value is 55 kilonewton, which is given. So I have written 55 into 10 raised to 3. One more given condition is there, that is called as U3 is equals to 1.2 mm. Now this is something different. How we got U3 as 1.2 mm? First of all, U3 means what? Displacement of node 3, right? So when we see this diagram and when we displace this node 3, this node 3 can displace up to this fixed support. Since it's a fixed support, it cannot displace after this point, right? Or this support. So your node 3, when it will get displaced, it will go to this point only. So that distance will be what? Displacement of U3, that is 1.2 mm. So that is what we have taken. Now substituting the values of equation 3, these all values in equation 3, so we'll get this matrices. Here U1 will be 0, U2 we have to find out, U3 is 1.2 mm, and what we have done is we have taken this 10 raised to 3 outside from this P2, right? And P1 we have to find out, 55 is given, and P3 we have to find out. So 10 raised to 3, 10 raised to 3 will cancel out. Now what we have to do, we have to convert this matrices into equation form. This is very simple. What you have to do, you have to multiply this first row into this column equal to first term. So that will be 18.33 into 0 minus 18.33 into U2 plus 0 into 1.2 equal to P1. So this is what your first equation. Similarly, minus 18.33 into 0 plus 36.66 into U2 minus 18.33 into 1.2 equal to 55. And last one is third row and this column, that is 0 into 0 minus 18.33 into U2 plus 18.33 into 1.2 equal to P3. So in this way we will get three equations, that is A, B and C. Now we have to find out the unknowns here. That unknowns are what? U2, P1 and P3. So as from this equation we can see that from equation B you can find out U2 value, and then this U2 value we can put in equation A, will get P1, and then we'll put in equation C, will get P3. So this is what we have done. First we have found out U2 values, that is 36.66 U2 plus minus 18.33 1.2 equal to 55. So when we'll calculate, we'll get U2 as 2.1 mm, right? We'll put this U2 value in equation A, so we'll get P1 value as minus 38.49 kilonewton, and when we put U2 value in equation C, we'll get P3 value as minus 16.49 kilonewton. Now we have got the values for P1, P3. We can check that these values for the load are right or not. This is done by simple assumption, that is summation of all forces or horizontal forces should be equal to 0. That is summation Px is equal to 0. That is P1 plus P2 plus P3 should be 0. So P1 we have got as minus 38.49. P2 is given, that is 55, and P3 we have got minus 16.49. This comes to around 0.02. So this is almost equal to 0. That's why what we have got is right. And we have also got U2 as 2.1. That is nothing but nodal displacement that we have already found out. Next what we have to find out is the stress value. Now the stress for any element is given by sigma E is equals to E upon He, matrices minus 1 1, u1 u2 raised to e. This e is nothing but will depend on the number of element. So when we'll talk about stress for element 1, this will become sigma 1 is equals to e upon he, matrices minus 1 1, u1 u2 raised to 1 here. So E value is 2 into 10 raised to 5, He value is 1200, minus 1 1, U1 is 0 which is given, U2 we have found out 2.1. So when we'll calculate, for example, what you have to do, we have to multiply this row into this column. So minus 1 into 0 plus 1 into 2.1 and this matrices. So that is nothing but here, that is sigma 1 is equals to 2 into 10 raised to 5 upon 1200 is equals to minus 1 0 plus 1 into 2.1, right? Sigma 1 is equal to 350 Newton per millimeter square. So this is what we have got. Same for stress for element 2 is given by sigma 2 is equal to E upon He minus 1 1 bracket U2 U3 raised to 2. Now what do you mean by that? For element 2 is made up of node 2 and 3. That's why we have taken here U2 and U3. Now what we'll put the values here. So it will be this as it is, this as it is, U2 value 2.1, U3 value 1.2 and we'll multiply. So this row and this column, that is minus 1 into 2.1 plus 1 into 1.2. So this is what we have got. After calculation we'll get sigma 2 as minus 75 Newton per millimeter square. In this way you can find out the nodal displacement as well as the stresses for any element in axial bar or a step bar by using stiffness matrix method. For more sums on finite element analysis, please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned, keep watching. Thank you.